There are a few things guaranteed for a Montana November. Cold weather, snow on the ground, and Brawl of the Wild. And this year is the 121st meeting in the storied rivalry between the University of Montana Grizz and the Montana State University Bobcats. Welcome to SWX Nonstop Local Sports. Game on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Nonstop Local. I'm Ben Wyman. The time has come. College Game Day officially arrived in Bozeman. The Game Day bus started its journey to Montana from Texas, and it arrived in Bozeman late last night. We're going to take a look at a tweet from Bradley Warren. The famous orange bus making an overnight stop at the Home Depot on 19th Avenue in Bozeman, getting some rest before it started its journey towards Bobcat Stadium. And this bus travels the entire country. So far, it's been to places like Lawrence, Kansas, Boone, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Eugene, Oregon, Athens, Georgia, and Knoxville, Tennessee. And now, for the first time in the show's history, it's coming to the state of Montana. And that journey began at the trailhead of the M Trail just moments ago before it makes that final stop for the weekend at Bobcat Stadium. The bus traveling down Main Street as we speak. Very exciting last few days in Bozeman. And not just for the fans, but definitely for the players and the coaches on both sides of the field. And when that announcement came out on Sunday, Alex Eshelman headed straight to campus to get their reaction. Take a listen from earlier this week.
ESPN College Game Day announced that they're coming to Bozeman for the Brawl of the Wild. And today, some Bobcat football captains, coaches, and athletic director Leon Costello say that they're ready to showcase the best rivalry in the country.
Definitely something that I didn't fully expect. I had heard the hype around it, possibly be coming to Bozeman. I think it's the best rivalry in college football, and I'm excited for the rest of the country to see that, and I think it'll bring a lot of energy to the game.
Growing up as a kid, you watch College Game Day every single Saturday. You're always like, okay, I wonder if this will ever come to Cat Grizz, and you just never think it's going to happen, and it happens, and it'll be awesome to showcase our great state, our great university, and it's going to be great.
Since I've come in as a freshman and just seen the university grow the way that it has, to shine a light on that in the community of Bozeman, the state of Montana in general, and how beautiful the place this is, and the people, and the culture that's around the state of Montana. I'm really excited that they'll shine a light on that.
The exposure, that's so hard to quantify. So, thankful that it's gotten this position where they chose to come here and, shine the light on the rivalry, on our conference, Bozeman, MSU, everything. It's going to be a great thing for our fans and our people.
It's one of those events that is one that you'll never forget. And to have it come to Bozeman and showcase Montana State University, our football program, our department, our fans, our environment to the world is pretty special.
Stay tuned with us all week long as we cover ESPN College Game Day making their way to Bozeman, and then tune into our pregame show this Saturday at 11:30 on SWX as we get you excited prior to kickoff at noon. Reporting from Bobcat Stadium, I'm Alex Eshelman for SWX Montana.
Awesome stuff, Alex. Thank you very much. And obviously for Montana, they feel a little differently about Game Day after the effort to bring it to Missoula fell short last year. And now they head to Bozeman instead. But for the Grizz themselves, they're just trying to kind of stay laser focused on the ball game.
It doesn't really have anything to do with us. It's eyes on our program, which is it's good when the people are watching the Grizz. Let's talk about the game. I don't care about that stuff. I tried to indicate that.
Okay. Coach Houck might not be stoked about College Game Day, but the students at the University of Montana are right now. They are currently making signs that will hopefully get on Game Day's broadcast on Saturday morning. That's where we find our Maddie Olson, who joins us on campus. Game Day not coming to their campus. These UM students excited to show off their state and some Grizz pride.
I'm here at the University Center at UM, and we have some Grizz students who are doing some poster painting here just to get ready for the Brawl of the Wild. Now, we have a bunch of different posters going on right now. Some go Grizz, some that are, kind of coming after the Cats a little bit. But these posters will all be heading to Bozeman for the game, as they're going to be posted up for ESPN's College Game Day. They're going to be put up behind the stage, but some of these students will be taking them Oh my gosh. They'll be taking them with it to Bozeman, and they'll be holding them up in the stadium for the game. So we'll be here for the rest of the day, and we'll be bringing you some more coverage on this later this evening. Back to you, Ben.
Maddie, thank you very much. Now, we know you'll be, of course, watching game day on Saturday morning. Show starts at 7, goes until 10. But before their coverage begins, you're going to want to grab the phone and take us with you. Hour by hour coverage will continue on Nonstop Local leading up to Saturday. Download the app, click notifications for alerts on what is new. And then, folks, check out SWX tonight at 10:35 this evening. We'll be live from Bozeman. And then on Saturday, it is wall-to-wall coverage ahead of College Game Day. Get ready, get excited. It's the 121st Brawl of the Wild. Folks, stay with us because at the top of the hour, we're going to come right back here on Nonstop Local. That bus continues to make its way to Bobcat Stadium for the crews in our field. I'm Ben Wyman. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be right back here on Nonstop Local.
Spencer Martin here in Bozeman, just outside of Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. We had an awesome time talking to some of the crew of ESPN's College Game Day when we had Reese Davis. I had a question I just had to ask him. Now, I am someone who I will admit cares about my hair, maybe a little bit too much at times. But when you watch Game Day, Reese's hair, I'm telling you, that coif, always right. So with temperatures around 0 degrees, the whole crew talking about the cold, I had to know, what's his plan? Is he gonna, wear a hat of some kind? Is he gonna wear earmuffs? Is he gonna let the hair shine? And Reese had a pretty good answer that admittedly made me freeze for a second.
Do you let the hair go? Do you go beanie, earmuffs? What's the game plan? Because you always have your hair out and ready to go in the cold to deal with it. Are you going to wear a beanie, earmuffs?
Earmuffs are different. Now, I just want you to have a look at this coiffure. And I want you to tell me if you'd put a beanie on. You've got pretty good hair. I wouldn't see you going beanie.
As someone who has multiple live hits at 6 a.m., there's no beanie.
No beanies. No beanies. You can't do that because, I don't know what to think about a man that won't keep his coiffure in order. $1 to anybody who knows what that quote is from.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm the man who's supposed to know what it is. So.
George Clooney, oh brother, where art thou? Okay, there you go. Okay.
Obviously, there's a really big rivalry.
Dapper Dan, I like it. Good, very good.
Big rivalry.
So there you have it. Tomorrow on ESPN's College Game Day, Reese Davis is going to let his hair shine, and he did tell me to make sure during our pregame show that I let the flow go as well. So no beanies allowed on Saturday morning in the cold. Reporting from Bozeman, Spencer Martin, Nonstop Local.
Back to the Nonstop stream for this special edition as we cover the Brawl of the Wild with ESPN's College Game Day. I'm Ben Wyman. When we last left you a few minutes ago, the bus was making its way down Main Street in Bozeman. Here's video of the bus leaving the Bozeman M Trail about 30 minutes ago. Now, this bus travels the entire country for every week for the award-winning pregame show. And right now, that bus is now arriving at Bobcat Stadium. We're going to send things out to our Sean Rainey and Alex Eshelman. The bus is right there. You can see it right there. It has arrived on campus. Sean and Alex, how's it going out there?
Yeah, welcome everyone to Montana State. Well, check it out. We got all the faces on the bus right behind us rolling in where the American Hall, Indian Hall is at. Alex, the energy down here, it's crazy.
Absolutely insane. You can see Bobcat fans. We've got hockey players. We've got the Native American Council out here. It is absolutely electric. As you can see, everybody backs up. I mean, what do you think about this atmosphere?
I can't even hear anything. Let's just enjoy the moment for a second.
Right?
Yeah, everyone's surrounding the bus down here as it is stopped here at Montana State.
And this is a mixture between frats, sororities, like I said, the American Indian Council, fans, hundreds of people out here lining the Sunrise Plaza outside of the American Indian Hall. Quite the scene and a great way to show Bozeman, Montana, the Treasure State, everybody together welcoming these guys.
Yeah, we have the 8 tribal flags out here representing the 7 reservations and the 12 tribes that are here in the state of Montana.
That's right, and look over here, we've got the band, we've got the cheer team also coming in.
Yeah, and right behind us over here, we have the band coming in to join in on party. The Montana State fans kind of going with one of their signature cheers for the Grizzlies that might not be appropriate for air, but
that is okay.
Seems like hopefully that stops here in a second.
It's all the spirit. It's all the spirit. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's excited. The bus is honking, and people are screaming, excited, ready to go. I mean, I don't know, Sean, what do you think of the scene right now?
This is quite the scene, and this isn't obviously even the main attraction
No.
that's going to be happening in a couple days. And so, if there's this much energy for this, man, I can't. This is going to be crazy.
This is a pretty good start to all of it, for sure. You can see the cheerleaders. Oh, and we are back. Yes, cheerleaders are here. As you can see, the band was just here, welcoming, giving them a very warm welcome on a cold day. But clearly, people do not care. I mean, they are out here. The sun is shining. They are ready to go to welcome these guys.
Yeah, we probably have. Well, what would you say, Alex? I mean, there's a few hundred people down here surrounding the bus as they have officially stopped here at the Montana State campus. It is quite cold. It is very chilly. People have been kind of going
last few days.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of people out here half an hour before waiting, and they had to every few minutes go inside to warm up. And it is very brisk out here, but that is not slowing down any of these fans from coming out here and enjoying this really historic moment.
Absolutely, Sean. And I think the coolest thing about this moment is, like we were talking about a little earlier, it's a great mix that kind of represents the entire campus. You've got fans, you've got sorority life, you've got the American Indian Council, which is arguably the most important part about this welcome, being that it is outside of the hall here. Like you said, the 8 tribal flags representing all of the reservations and tribes within the state. Just a pretty incredible sight. And now we have the band playing the fight song. I mean, does it get much better? I don't think
Alex,
so.
you're going to sing along? Do you know the words? Like,
No, not this time. Maybe a little later. We'll give it a crack at both Montana State and the Grizz fight song. How about that?
Yeah, so they're playing the fight song. The bus driver, he's digging it. He's shaking his head inside, liking the music.
Oh, and we've got
now we got the chant.
Cheer. But
Ben, we might want to send it on back to you.
I think you know exactly what they were saying. You probably heard what they were saying. We're just not going to show you that. We'll leave that for Saturday. That is an awesome scene. Oh my gosh. You can feel the excitement kind of coming through the screen. We will be checking back in with Sean and Alex throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening shows. Get you ready for not just what College Game Day, the spectacle is, but the football game as well, because that's the little lost thing about this entire process. There is a football game that will be played for the state title game on Saturday at noon in Bobcat Stadium. So the stage is set. That's where the bus will be ending up. And that means a handful of road closures, parking adjustments that you need to be aware of in Bozeman over the next few days. We're going to start with today. 2 bays of the South Fieldhouse lot are going to be closed so they can work on snow removal. Mark Hake was saying they had a couple inches of snow last night in Bozeman, so there's going to need a lot more snow that will be removed over the next couple days. The east and west lots will also be barricaded and locked at 8 p.m. And then on Saturday, Kagi Boulevard will be closed starting at 3 a.m. And then at 5, the tailgate lots will be open. No parking allowed in those lots without a pass. And there'll be a tow truck on site. Game day gates, folks, by the way, that will be opening at 5 a.m. College Game Day starts at 7 a.m. Pretty cool stuff. Now, in the Brawl of the Wild, you're either a Bobcat or a Grizzly. But there have been a few exceptions with players who have played for both programs, one of which is actually happening this season. You just saw him right now. But we're going to bring back Sean Rainey. He's got the story for us.
The Montana State Bobcats lead the Big Sky in rushing at over 314 yards per game. Number 56, Cole Sane, is one of the guys helping clear the way. He's also one of just a handful of players who will compete in the Brawl of the Wild who's been at both programs. Sane was a redshirt for the Grizz in 2018. He then transferred to a community college before landing at the school his dad and uncle played for, Montana State. So he definitely knows how big this weekend is going to be.
It's definitely a very important game, and it's big in the state. So it's just it's cool to be able to do something that my dad took part in, and try to make him proud, and it's cool. It's there's nothing better than being a Bobcat. So
Sane didn't really want to talk about being at both schools. Leaving one and ending up at another doesn't happen very often. After talking with both schools' sports information directors, it sounds like only 4 players have played for both since 1971, most of which never really saw the field. The one who did is current Glacier head football coach Grady Bennett. After Earl Solomonson got fired at Montana State after the 1987 season, Grady went from MSU to UM.
When I transferred, sure, it had happened a couple times, but it was unheard of. You don't do that. And that wasn't my nature, my family. That's not what we did. So, it was a big deal.
So as Sane prepares for his first brawl going against his former team, what was it like for Bennett?
The animosity grew really my sophomore year when I started and played in my first Grizz Cat game. And I get it why those guys hated me so bad, because I was a transfer, right? But cussing me out every play, telling me they were going to F and kill me. It was just nonstop. And so, I think I realized, for real, the intensity of the rivalry and just, how bad those guys wanted to take me out.
That was Sean Rainey reporting. Now, we know you'll be watching game day on Saturday morning, but before the coverage begins, we're going to want you to grab your phone. Take us with you. Hour-by-hour coverage continues on Nonstop Local, leading all the way up to Saturday. Download the app, click on notifications for alerts on what's new. And then, folks, check out SWX tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday morning, 10:35 p.m., live from Bozeman. And then, of course, on Saturday, wall-to-wall coverage ahead of College Game Day. Folks, get excited, get ready. It's the 121st Brawl of the Wild. And we're just going to give you a little sneak peek of that bus back in Bozeman one more time. Stay with us right here on Nonstop Local for the rest of the day. And tonight on your evening newscast, we're going to bring you incredible access for this weekend. It's really celebrating not just Montana State, but the entire Treasure State itself. Plus, coming up tonight, more incredible stories from both sides of this rivalry. Families divided between maroon and blue. And for the crews in our field, Alex Eshelman, Sean Rainey, I'm Ben Wyman, folks. Thanks for watching Nonstop Local.
Hey, good Thursday evening, everyone. My name is John Martin. Of course, ESPN's College Game Day gets started bright/dark and early at 7 in the morning on Saturday. That means a lot of people are going to start lining up as soon as they can to make sure they get the best spot. Spencer Martin is in Bozeman to tell us if university officials will put any restrictions on those looking to stand out in the cold early.
Well, of course, everyone's so excited that ESPN's College Game Day has arrived for the 121st Brawl of the Wild here in Bozeman at Dyke Field. Crews getting ready, getting the stage prepared for Saturday's show. It's a really exciting time, and of course, that means the crowd. People are going to start lining up. They're going to want to get the best spot for College Game Day that they can find on stage. So I asked Montana State, what about those kids? Are you going to allow them to possibly camp out overnight? And this is what they said.
We're going to let people stand out there if they want. We're going to have police on patrol to make sure everybody's warm, everybody's staying safe, everybody's staying courteous to each other. But, they can stand out all night. They just got to be ready for conditions.
The other question is, what will the contingent of Montana Grizzly fans look like who potentially make the drive over here to be here for College Game Day? Make sure the maroon and silver has a strong presence here at Dyke Field. This is what the Bobcats have to say if, in fact, a good amount of Grizz fans show up Saturday morning.
I can't imagine they'd miss an opportunity like this to try to get themselves on TV. And so what we really want people to do is to have a good time and stay safe. And if you get fans from the other side of the divide here, hey, we're all Montanans. Let's be here for the athletes and enjoy the game and enjoy the experience.
So basically, in conclusion, just make sure you're staying warm and make sure you're just being a good Montanan no matter what side of the rivalry you're rooting for as College Game Day arrives on Saturday. Reporting from Bozeman, Spencer Martin, Nonstop Local.
Hey there, everybody. Good Thursday afternoon to you. My name is John Martin. This is your Nonstop Local News Update. The big story today, of course, is Cat Grizz Week. The whole state is buzzing with excitement. Now, the focus of this weekend's brawl will be who takes home the Great Divide Trophy. Now, the trophy first appeared in 2000 and will forever go to the school with the most wins at the end of the century. Worth mentioning, the trophy you see right there, that weighs 306 pounds. Now, ahead of the Brawl of the Wild, we're looking at split camps and divided homes across the state. Today, a married couple in Great Falls who are diehard fans of opposing teams. Within the Kuntz household, the rivalry runs decades deep. Kathy and Jerry have been married for 34 years, and while they knew what they were getting into with their rivalry, they haven't missed a Brawl of the Wild football game since at least 1985. Despite rooting for different teams, their love for the game and each other keeps things somewhat civil.
We always kind of knew that we were on opposing teams and that. And so that's why in the beginning I didn't like him very much. But then after I got to know him, then I thought, well, maybe he's okay, even though he's a Bobcat.
Both of their kids turned out Grizzlies as well. And while the two have won each other's hearts, they refuse to back down from supporting their respective home teams. This year, both gave us a little preview of what a game cheering for the 2022 Brawl.
Give me a B. Give me an O. Give me a B. Give me a C. Give me an A. Give me a T. What's that spell? Meow, meow, meow.
What are your colors? Brown, white, black? I mean, it changes every game. I don't know what their colors are even. So.
All right, so I think the moral of the story is that even if your team doesn't win, you still might have a chance at winning the enemy's heart.
Media availability, that was pretty incredible.
It was a blast. The guys were so personable, knowledgeable. I love the things they had to say about Montana. We know not to mess with Reese's hair after all this. We know that
you and him had quite the hair back and forth.
Little hair back and forth. I think some tips along the way. I don't know. I froze for a minute.
I was asking him about what they do if they run into a bear or a bobcat in the wild. That was some fun answers. But also we learned this is going to be the coldest game day ever.
Yes, and Desmond had some interesting things to say about that. He lives in Miami now, so...
And he let us know that.
Yes, he let us know that. You'll hear all of that and more coming up in our shows tonight. But they had some pretty fun answers there as well.
Yeah, we're going to run back, get all this uploaded so you guys can see all of it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fan Zach Kaplan here in our studios here at Nonstop Local, and we are just excited. College Game Day, in case you've been living under a rock today, is coming to Bozeman for the 121st Brawl of the Wild between the Grizz and the Bobcats. I want to remind you just of the schedule that you can expect if you're in Bozeman, if you're heading to Bozeman this weekend, what this week is kind of going to look like as we get later in the week and they get ready to set up college football's premier pregame show. So the game day trucks, they're going to kind of arrive on Wednesday, usually mid-late afternoon, depending on weather, obviously. And Thursday and Friday, the crews will be setting up. The location is still to be determined as to exactly where on MSU's campus that they'll set up shop. But, of course, when we find out, we'll let you know as well. And then Thursday and Friday, you can expect folks like Desmond Howard and Reese Davis and Pat McAfee himself. No word if he'll be riding on horseback, but they'll all be getting in to Bozeman for Saturday's show. And then, of course, Saturday morning, the show itself is going to air 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Of course, the famous pick segment at the end. That'll be right around about 9:55 or so here in Montana, as we'll see who the set decides to take between the Grizz and the Cats. College Game Day coming to the Brawl of the Wild for the very first time. We'll have your coverage all throughout the week right here on Nonstop.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Happy Brawl of the Wild week. Hey, we're halfway there to game day on Saturday, and ESPN's College Game Day, of course, is the story. And here at Nonstop Local and SWX, we're going to bring you everything you need to know about ESPN's College Game Day coming to Bozeman, everything you need to know about the Brawl of the Wild. A lot of the team is already there. You've seen Bradley Warren from Wake Up Nonstop Local, Sean Rainey, Alex Eshelman's on their way, Angela Marshall on the way to Bozeman. I'm here in Billings. I'm getting on the road right now. We heard the College Game Day bus came through town pretty recently. Let's see if I can see it on the freeway.
A good Thursday evening, everyone. I'm John Martin with your Nonstop Local News update. The big story all day, of course, is Cat Grizz Week, and the whole state is buzzing with excitement. Now, our Jennifer Rios caught up with the man who's been in charge of transporting the Great Divide Trophy each year and has done so for the last 21 years. She brings us a look at their itinerary ahead of this year's Brawl.
The Great Divide Trophy has been under the watchful eye of the Grizz from down below.
And today is the day it gets to head over to Bozeman for our teams to brawl over who gets to take it home come Saturday. Transported by Norm Jones, longtime Montanan and friend to the late artist and sculptor of the trophy, Dave Samuelson. Jones is keeping Samuelson's legacy alive through the Great Divide, where he's transported in his pickup for the last 21 years. I asked him why he's been dedicated to keeping it on the move between two rivaling schools for many years.
It's made for Montana. It ain't made for the Grizzlies. It ain't made for the Bobcats. It's made for Montana and the fans, with the Grizzlies and Bobcats involved, and give them another reason. If they're both not even listed in the playoffs, they still got something to play for when they hit the field.
By 6:30 tonight, Norm and the Great Divide plan to hit the road to the stage set for the big game. Later, the trophy will be stowed away for safekeeping until Saturday, where by the end of the night, it will either return back to Washington Grizzly Stadium or it will stay back at Bobcat Stadium. Now, regardless if Norm has to troubleshoot some tribal conflicts, he assures us this trophy is going to get over to Bozeman one way or the other. I'm Jennifer Rios, Nonstop Local.
And a fun little fact there, the trophy, that Great Divide trophy, 306 pounds. We're going to be following that all the way through the 121st Brawl. Well, there's been a lot of famous plays over the course of this rivalry, but only a few stand alone. Zach Kaplan has a look for us now at the top 5 plays from the past 10 matchups between the Cats and the Grizz.
We start things off with number 5. Got to go back to 2013 for this one. Sean Johnson for MSU got the scoring underway with this electric 82-yard punt return to the house. Cats scored first, but the Grizz got the 28-14 win. Number 4, going back to 2015, Jamal Jones with a massive game for the Grizz. 9 catches for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns, including this 54-yarder, leading to a 54-35 win, which remains the last time the Maroon and Silver won a brawl in Bozeman. Number 3, the 2016 game in Missoula, Chris Murray was a one-man wrecking ball in this game, including this 8-yard touchdown run with a full flip into the end zone to tie the game at 7. Cats went on to win 24-17. Let's go to number 2, back to last year's game. Even though the Grizz only scored 2 touchdowns, they both came on memorable plays. On the second play from scrimmage, Cam Humphrey found Junior Bergen for this 74-yard touchdown, electrifying Washington Grizzly Stadium. And in the second half, with the Cats attempting to line up a field goal, Jace Lewis foils the fake field goal attempt, and Justin Ford runs it back 56 yards to ice the first Grizz win over the Cats in 6 years. And number 1, the dramatic ending of the 2018 Brawl of the Wild. After squandering a 22-0 lead, the Grizz trying to win in the final minute at the Cats' 1-yard line, but Tucker Yates forces the fumble. Derek Marks recovers it to seal an improbable 29-25 Montana State win, known by some as the Miracle in Missoula.
Man, that'll get you hyped up. That's good stuff right there. Hour by hour coverage continues on Nonstop Local leading up to Saturday. Go ahead, download the app and click notifications for alerts to what's new. Check out SWX tonight at 10:35 p.m. live from Bozeman. And Saturday, it's wall-to-wall coverage starting at 6 a.m. ahead of College Game Day. Get ready, get excited. It's game on. All right, everybody, that's all the time we have for you. We're going to have more news updates throughout the day, so go ahead and check back with us. My name is John Martin. Thanks for tuning in to your Nonstop Local News.
He's surprisingly a great dancer. He and McAfee apparently go out at night. So yeah, let me tell you, if they judge this whole selection process on dancing ability,
over.
Get
Game
out of my
over.
state, Musburger.
All right, check.
That's a yes. That is a yes.
All right, a couple more here. They want someone, is it possible that someone has a better belt buckle than McAfee?
Then McAfee wears a big belt buckle.
I know, I see it. It's in wrestling, right?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But let me tell you.
Have you ever worn
I'll answer that.
Have you ever had a gold buckle?
I'll tell you, I'll answer that by telling you this, Chris. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everyone else. I just hold mine up with big gold buckles, baby. Yeah, that's a yes.
Check.